Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, X Stitch and Chill. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for spending some stitchy time with me. I know that you're probably stitching while you're watching this. And if you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Kelsey, and this channel is all about cross stitching and the chill things that I am doing while I cross stitch. I know it's been a little while, but I hope that everybody enjoyed their holiday, whichever holiday you celebrate. We had Christmas with my in-laws up in Breckenridge, Colorado, and we had a really great time. It was nice to hang out with everybody and cousins and all that good stuff. But now I am home for like 2 days, and then we are going up to the mountains again tomorrow for New Year's with my sister and brother-in-law and some friends. So this is quick, but I wanted to update you guys before the new year and kind of do like 2024 plans and that kind of stuff. I didn't want to leave you hanging. Also, then I will feel like I can wait a little bit before I do the next one, because New Year's will probably be crazy as well. I also wanted to say thank you to everybody who commented on my last video about my shoulder. It is feeling a little bit better. I've been stitching with my left hand, which is really not that bad, surprisingly. I've also been putting heat on it. I've been sitting up straighter and not stitching like a little gremlin, and trying to like bring my work higher so I'm not leaning over. I also cut my thread shorter so I wasn't pulling my arm so far, which annoys me because I have to change my thread all the time and rethread my needle, but it's fine. It's better for my shoulder, and that's a good thing. I did get like this crazy lump in my muscle, and it's still kind of there, but it's not as bad. The doctor said that it probably just was strained, and then I iced it and it went. So I've been putting heat on it and massaging it, and it's getting better. It's not quite so pronounced of a lump in my chest right here. But yeah, hopefully giving it a little break and trying to use my other hand will be a little bit better. All of the kids are outside right now with like electric scooters and Vespas and race cars and everything. And so if my dog barks or if you hear something whiz by, that is what it is. It's just Christmas presents. They all got those for Christmas, I guess. So before we get into stitching, I wanted to mention the stitching challenge group that I am in called Fandom Stitching. And this year their theme was Lord of the Rings. And next year their theme is Disney, which I know is not everybody's cup of tea. But if you are interested and you like Disney movies, and even if you don't like Disney movies and you just want a challenge, you don't have to stitch on a Disney project or anything. The prompts pretty much can go with any project. But then there are bonuses for like watching the movies every week and stuff. And there's a huge list of all the Disney movies. So if you enjoy Disney and you want to check it out, it is Fandom Stitching on Facebook. I'll put the link in the description if you want to join and get on a team. I am on Team Daisy if you want to hang out with me. So yeah, it's really fun, and it's a great way to challenge yourself and get some more stitching in, and maybe you work on a project that you normally wouldn't work on because of how the prompts and the challenges are working. It's really fun. I did end up working on a lot of projects this month with the fandom challenge. There was a challenge for December, and it was 12 different projects on 12 different days, and then there was one project for 12 days. And I feel like I just did this in October, so I'm not going to show you all of these stitches because most of them only got like 100 stitches in them. But I'll update you on some of the other ones. But I did get a finish. If you're on Instagram, you probably saw it. But I finished Heart of the Autumn. A little bit into December I finished it. But I got all the back stitching done, and there's a couple French knots for the bird's eyes. And there's some back stitching for like the scarecrow and everything. So yeah, complete, finished. So that's number 3 in the series. that we are stitching. A couple people who watch my Twitch stream have been stitching these with me all year. We started in March, April, I think April, with Heart of the Spring. So now we are finished with Heart of the Autumn and moving on to the next one, which we'll get to. I also got a little FFO. I don't have it with me, but somebody on Instagram, I cannot remember for the life of me who it was. I think it was something ducky. I don't know. If I find it, I'll let you know. But they were doing this Merry Mushroom Sal, and they had some patterns from Choco Coco on Etsy. She has a lot of like Mario patterns and video game patterns and stuff. And they were all these little Mario mushrooms, and they had different like Christmas hats. And I was like, oh, that's super cute. And my nephew loves Mario. So I thought I would make a couple of them and make little ornaments for him to hang on the tree, since they weren't bringing any ornaments from Pennsylvania and stuff. So I stitched up a couple of those. I stitched 4. They took a lot longer than I thought they were going to take. And I only FFO'd 2 of them. So I'll put a little video in for you guys to see how I finished it in a little ornament. I just stuck it in a hoop and put some ribbon on it and put some fabric on the back. It's not that nice. I did not do a great job on it, but it was fine. So I only had time to FFO the 2, but here are the other 2 that I stitched. So a little elf hat and a little snowman. There's like 30 of these too. So yeah. And I just stitched these on a little scrap of 18 count or 16 count. I don't remember that I had, but yeah, it was super cute little mushrooms, but there were so many, and they're deceivingly hard. They're not hard, they're just deceivingly a lot of stitches, and it took me a while to get them done. So I was like, oh, I'll have a whole bunch for him. I'm like, here you go, here's 2. So I'll probably finish these ones and mail them to him, but I don't know, we'll see. So those are the only finishes that I have. But I'm excited because since I finished Heart of the Autumn, I can now start Heart of the Winter, which looks like this. And technically it's the last one in the series, but there's also Heart of Christmas, which I'll probably do eventually. Maybe this Christmas for 2024, I'll do it. But I was able to start Heart of the Winter, and this is where I am. So I just got a little bit of the mountains done. The color palette on this one is really like muted. Like it's a lot of grays and whites and blues and browns. So it's not like super colorful like the other ones. There is not a stitch of red in this pattern, which is kind of nice. I feel like that's a little bit of a break from Christmas red, for right now. But there is no red, and it's just like snowy, and there's cabins. I love all the blues and the browns, and it's actually my favorite of the 4. So I'm really excited that I finally get to stitch on that one, and I'm excited that I finally get to like feel accomplished to finish all of these. But I'm excited to work on this one because it is my favorite. When we first bought the patterns and decided that these were the ones we were going to do, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for winter. It's so beautiful. So yeah, that's the start on it. It's only like, I think it's actually like almost 500 stitches on the start. And then I did it for one day for the challenge, and then I haven't picked it up since. So now that the challenge is almost over, we'll get to that too. I am looking forward to stitching on something else for a little bit besides what I've been doing for it. So yeah, I will be picking this one up in the new year again. Hopefully can finish before through February. So before March, I think is when we were supposed to be finished with this one. So hopefully I can have it, and then I can FFO all of them. I didn't want to FFO anything until I finished all of them so I could do it all at the same time. So yeah, winter. All right, the next one I worked on, I was really hoping to finish by Christmas, but I haven't had as much stitching time these last couple weeks, And just with family in town and getting everything ready, I had to go to Costco, which is scary around the Christmas season. You probably know if you're a Costco member. But yeah, I just haven't had a ton of time stitching, and I've been barely able to get like my 100 stitches on Hallows, which is for the stitching challenge. So I was hoping to finish this one, but I didn't. But it's really cute. I love it. I could finish it pretty easily. It wouldn't take very long. But this is Tidings of Comfort and Joy from Modern Folk Embroidery. And it looks like that. And last time you guys saw it, it was here, which I don't know what this picture looks like right now. I think I had finished the top part and was starting in on the words. But yeah, this is what it looks like now. So I got the J of joy, part of the Y, and I got tidings of comfort and then the joy part. So it's pretty much just joy, and then there's some stitching underneath it, like a little bit, like a little border, like what's up top. So I'm so close, but I don't know if I'll finish this year. I might pull this out next year, or just, I don't know. We're going to get to 2024 plans, and I feel like they're a little ambitious, and I should probably slow my roll a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. All right, next up. So this is Deathly Hallows, and it is by Thread Geeks. The artwork is by DJ Vigo, and this is a retired chart, and it's so beautiful. I love it. Every time I pull it out, I'm like, oh, this is so pretty. And then I start stitching on it. I'm like, oh my God. It's a lot of confetti, as you can imagine. So this was my 12 days of the same project for December for the Fandom Stitching Challenge. So I'm trying to get 12 days. I've done 10. So I'm good. I'm going to finish in the next 2 days. It's 100 stitches at least per day. So most days I only did 100 stitches, but some days I did more. Yeah, this is what it looked like last time you guys saw it. I think I had just finished the colors on page 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I just finished the colors on page 4, and I was going to fill in the black because it's like Death's big coat and everything there. So while I was up in the mountains, I took this up when my family was in town. And stitched on it when I could. They go to bed a lot earlier than I do, so I was able to stitch kind of at night. And I ran out of 310 while I was up there. And I was like, oh, there's like nowhere to buy floss up there. I mean, I could go to the Walmart in Frisco, but I was like, it's fine. That's like a 25-minute drive, and I didn't need it that bad. So I went and jumped over and started on page 5. And doing the colors on there because I was like, well, I'm on a 310. And that's all I had to do on that page. So I did move the hoop. But anyway, this is what it looks like right now. Hopefully you can see all of it. So yeah, you can see down here, I didn't quite finish his cloak because that is when I ran out of 310. And that was kind of nice because it was like, oh, I need to get 100 stitches done. It was really quick to just get a bunch of 310 done. But yeah. And then I started on page 5. And just doing some of the blues and the colors in there. One of the brothers is right here. The brothers kind of start right there. So I will be working into them eventually. But I just love how this is turning out. We're going to talk about it more in a little bit. But yeah, I was like really bummed that I still had that many black stitches and I couldn't do it. And then this chart goes down one more block. I think it's 4 pages by 3 pages. So it goes down one more block, and like this page, this page and this page is mostly black. So that won't be fun, but it will get done. I kind of want to go back and kind of do some of the black next year. So we'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, the next one is my temperature stitch, and I've been doing so good on my temperature stitch, especially lately, because my new temperature stitch I feel like is going to take a lot more time and energy to stitch on next year. It's like I don't have the pattern memorized. Like I never have to look up the pattern for this one. I just have to look at the colors. And I feel like next year I'm doing the Spiral Galaxy by Climbing Goat Designs. And I think it's a little more involved. I'm going to have to look at the pattern more often. But this one is like once I got around in a square, just keep going. So this is by The Needle and Floss, and I've been working on it a bunch. So I've been doing it in like a spiral pattern. So as you can see, I'm spiraling into the center. I am started through December. So I think I've gotten through like December 8th or something. So yeah, it's so exciting. And there's like some purples over here for really cold. I haven't gotten any negative temperatures yet, but usually we don't get those till like January, February, March. The other day it was like 70 degrees. So yeah, it's super fun. Lots of color variations. So yeah, I am almost done with that, and I have really liked this pattern. There is some other things, like there's like some black stitches along this border, and then I do need to write the city name and the year down here too. So there's still more to do once I finish it, but I don't want to leave it for too long into the new year because I want to be able to start the next one by Climbing Goat Designs, which I don't even have fabric for. So I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. The holiday season, despite the fact that I don't really travel, like I go up to the mountains, which is like a 2-hour drive, if that. And it's just so much work, especially like with my family, you know, coming into town, and we had to like figure out cars, and it's just crazy. So I haven't really had a lot of time to prepare for 2024. But we're going to get to that. I keep jumping ahead, but I've got one more whip to show you guys. I worked on this one last night because I want to finish it. I want it to be done, but and it will never be done. But that is Farming Magic, the stitch along from Flossie Fox Shop, and it's so cute, and I do love it, but I'm like, why is this taking me so long? I did work on the house a little bit, but this is what it looks like. Last time I showed you guys, I don't remember what it looked like, but this is where I am now on this little house. So this is just the corner that needs to get done. I pulled my fabric a little funky over there, but so I did last night the part of this, the porch and these windows in the brown. So there's still a lot. There's like a gang of pink to do on this house, and so many more stitches, but it's almost done. I could finish in like a month. Like I could finish this in January if I really wanted to. I just need to focus. I need to focus on it, and it's really hard. I'm not very good at focusing. All right, so I do have a little bit of haul for you guys. So I think in my last video I mentioned that I ordered some floss drops, but they hadn't come in yet, and they came like the next day. So isn't that always how it goes? But I did get some floss drops from an Etsy store called The Needle Hub, and they're just like 3D printed little things. Focus, my friend. And they have a bunch of different colors and a bunch of different options for these. So I went with this like rose pink because it matches the project a little bit. And then it's got the ring, and then for the thread. It didn't come with any stickers to label them. I'm sure you could just write on it with a Sharpie or something, but I did end up buying some labels that I can use. They're just little rectangle labels that I can put on here so that I can label them a little bit nicer. But I did get like 100, I think. I could not afford to buy Atom Heart cross stitches this time for this project. So I decided, and I didn't even pay for the last ones. Somebody gave them to me. Thanks, Angel. Yeah, they're a lot thinner than Atom Heart cross stitch. Like they're pretty thin, which is fine with me because I feel like maybe then I can like won't take up so much space on a ring. But then like the thread loop is big too. But anyway, they're thin, but they are pretty solid. Like they don't feel flimsy or anything. So they're really nice. I like them. They also sent me a little bag full of the other types of floss drops that they make. So I'll show you them because they gave me a lot. Like they're a newer company, so I think they're just trying to like get people in there. So they gave me a whole bunch of samples. So I'm excited to share them with you because I think they're all really great. And like I said, the quality is good. They're pretty solid, a little thinner, and I don't know, I like them. So they have this one, which put these ones down. Put them in the lap. There we go. So they have this one, and it's like a little funky shape, and it's got the little hole for your extra thread right there. And then it's got for your big thread, and a little hole to put it on the ring. I'm not going to show these in any particular order. So they have this one, and then you can also kind of get an idea of what kind of colors they have. So this one, which is pretty basic. They all pretty much have a little spot for the leftover threads. They have a couple, let's see. They have a couple different sizes of this one. So this is the large one. And this one also comes with like the little flap that you can put your thread number, like the DMC thing that's wrapped around it. You can put that in there. So this is the large size. And then they have a medium size. Yeah. And then they have a small size. My sweatshirt is choking me. Yeah, so then they have a small size too. So all pretty much the same, just different sizes for whatever you prefer. I'm like losing these out of my lap. There's this one, which is clear. Here, I'll come closer to you guys. How about that? Here I am. So there's that one. They have this one, which has a hook on top, but then it also has the slot for you to put the DMC color on there. Super cool. They have a basic bobbin with a hole in it, so you can use it as a floss drop or a bobbin. This one's a little funky. It's kind of like a bobbin. It's just a different like shape. Oh, I think it goes this way anyways. There we go. So you could use it as a floss drop, or it has the tabs up here for the bobbin. And then it also has the slot for the DMC color. They have this oval one. Here. My dog wants to go outside. They have another one with a hook on it here, which would be nice if you had like a curtain rod kind of style thing going on. And the last one is this nice big square. So those are a bunch of the samples that they sent me. And they're really nice. Like I said, the quality's good. They're like not like they're not bendy or anything. Hey, it's the UPS guy. It's fine. Go lay down. But yeah, it's nice and like solid, and the colors are cute and I like it. Sorry, my dog is saving me from the UPS man. And now she's mad that I told her to go lay down, and I didn't thank her for saving me because, you know, he didn't even come to our house. So the other day I had to go to the eye doctor, which is only like 15 minutes away from my LNS. So I stopped by there, obviously, and bought a bunch of stuff. Things I needed, things I didn't need. But the first thing I got was some floss from Classic Colorworks in the colorway Toasted Marshmallow. So I don't know if you can really see like the variegation. There's a little bit of brown in it, but it's mostly like white cream. And I got that for my other Modern Folk Embroidery Christmas stitch. It's an advent calendar, but I think I was just going to do the top part and not the advent calendar part. I did not get enough floss if I am going to do the advent calendar part. But I bought those. And originally she helped me find them, and I was like, oh yeah, I need toasted marshmallow. And she was like, okay. And then she handed me one. Here you go. And I was like, no, I need more than one. So yeah, I got those at my LNS, and this is one thing that I actually needed. The next thing I got, I didn't need, but I am playing around with doing a Mirabilia or a Nora Corbett, or, you know, a fancy lady, basically. So I wanted to practice beading. So I did get a little Mill Hill kit. This is my first Mill Hill kit. I've never done a Mill Hill kit. So it's a little ornament. It's a little sleigh. I was thinking I would do it before Christmas, maybe give it to my mother-in-law or something, but that's funny. I don't have time for anything. So yeah, I am excited to do it though, because I wanted to mess with the beading. So I thought the beading would be kind of fun. So yeah, I did get this little Mill Hill sleigh kit. Okay, and then I went over to the fabric section, which was a bad idea, because I did get a bunch. Okay, I don't know. This one doesn't have. My cat is bringing me a scrunchie. It's so cute. Hi, bud. Thank you. Thanks so much for that present. That's so sweet. He brought me a scrunchie. Thank you. This was a great gift. Now he's gonna meow at me. Anyway, I went to the fabric section, and I don't know, it doesn't say who made this one in particular. It's probably a Zweigart, but this is 20 count Mystic Gray, and it's kind of like this gray-y, minty green. I don't know if it's coming up as well on the camera, but that's the color. I love mint. It's one of my favorite colors. So as you can tell, my whole office is mint. And so I got this. I don't have any plans for it. I just thought it was pretty. Which is about to become a theme here. Put that away. So that's the 20 count Mystic Gray. And then I got, oh, this one's like taped closed. Sorry, hold on. Okay, I got this one, which I know is Picture This Plus, and it is a 16 count, and it is in the color Haunted. So it looks like this, kind of this like bluey greeny color. I do really like it. And again, I don't have any plans. I just thought it was pretty. I just pulled out the Ada bins and the Lugana bins, and I was like, oh, look, I'll do that one. I'll do this one. Just all the colors. yeah, so that is a picture of this plus fabric, and it's a 16 count, the color Haunted. I probably won't do a Halloween stitch on it. I'm not really a big Halloween person, but it's pretty. I think like a sea themed kind of stitch would look cool on it because it's kind of like oceany. So we'll see. And then I got this last one, which is a Lugana. It's 25 count, and it's probably Zweigart also since they didn't write it down. But it is Ash Rose. It's this beautiful pink color. For someone who does a lot of full coverage, I just wanted some pretty colors for Ada and Lugana. So yeah, that's the color, the pink. It's called Ash Rose. Super pretty. I love like muted colors like this that are like almost a neutral, but not quite. And that's, I mean, this pink is pretty colorful. I think I had a couple other colors pulled out that I was gonna get pieces of, but I was like, no, gotta stay under $100. And I did. I only spent like $75, but don't tell my husband. So that's all the haul that I got recently. So I went to the eye doctor on like a Saturday, and then I had to go again like a week later. And I didn't go back up to the stitching shop. I was good. Despite the fact that I was like, oh, and I almost went to Recreative also, but I needed to get home, so I couldn't be there any longer. Oh, also Pigeon Coop Designs put out a free pattern, super cute, that I downloaded. I don't know if you can still download it, but it just says ho, ho, ho. It's super cute. Quick little stitch. And yeah. I think he has a book coming out next year, which will be really exciting. I really love his patterns. I don't know if I'll buy a book of his patterns because I'll never be able to stitch all of them, but I am a big fan of buying things and patterns just to support the artist and not necessarily like I'm going to stitch all these things, but I do enjoy his patterns. So if you want to go see if it's still available, you can go to his website, Pigeon Coop Designs. Okay, future plans. So the immediate future plans are to finish the 2 more days that I need to finish for the fandom challenge on Deathly Hallows. So I need to at least do 200 stitches, 100 today, 100 tomorrow, or sometime this weekend. I'm not worried about it. It's going to be easy. It's going to be great. I am also going to participate in New Year, New Start, which is why I bought the floss drops. Floss drops are for the New Year, New Start. And that is going to be, drumroll, the Moe Shandon White Star, so the pinky one. And I am really excited to start it. I'm going to do it on a 25 count gridded Aida. And I am debating whether I'm going to stitch the white stitches because it kind of like fades from white into like pink on the bottom, like around the edges. So I don't know if I'll stitch the white. That sounds really awful. So I probably won't. There are quite a few white stitches that I'm not sure I want to do them. If it's on white Aida, why bother, you know? I might do them like on the inside of the chart, but like the outside edge, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited to start it. It's so pretty and I love it and I want to hang it in my dining room. So yeah, I don't know when I'll finish it, but I'm going to start it on New Year's. It's going to be my New Year, New Start, and then I won't touch it for the rest of the year. So yeah, I need to get things ready. I may not actually start it on the 1st. I might start on the 2nd just because we are going up to the mountains again. And I don't know if I want to drag everything and everything won't be ready. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. And we're hanging out with family and friends again. So I might not get so much stitching time, and everybody stays up late this time. So I can't like just stay up late on my own doing stuff. So with the New Year, New Start, we can talk about 2024 plans. I was watching Crafting Gaming Jamie, her Flossmas, which Flossmas is over, but if you want to go back, I watched Crafting Gaming Jamie and Stitchy Rin. I watched their Flossmasses. I could only handle so many. And I really enjoyed them. They did a lot of stuff. Jamie's family did like an advent calendar for her of her charts. And she had them like pull them out and stick them in the advent calendar for her. And then she worked on that one for that day. And anyway, she also did her whip parade and 2024 plans and everything. And she must like math because she had all these things. So I kind of took a leaf out of her book for this. And I decided that I realized that I stitched just over 110,000 stitches this year, which is a lot, which is crazy. So it was kind of nice to know that number because like Jamie did, she like used that number to kind of understand what she could probably get done in the next year when she was setting her goals. So with 110,000 stitches, I could get a lot done next year if I try to stay in that realm. So if I try to stay in that number, I will hopefully achieve these goals that I'm setting for myself. The first one is I want to finish Deathly Hallows next year. There are over 37,000 stitches on it. So that's a tall order. But I do want to finish it. I really want that one to be done. I think it's my oldest whip now. No. Yes. No. Either that one or Schitt's Creek. Those are like my oldest whips right now. So I would love to actually finish it, and that will be my first like big full coverage finish. So that will feel nice. That will feel good. I also want to finish Schitt's Creek. It's going to be lower priority than finishing Deathly Hallows if push comes to shove. So, and that one has the same amount, 37,000 stitches. So between those two, that's like 78,000 stitches or something, 76, 74, somewhere in the 70s. So, that only gives me a few more 10,000 stitches to work with. But I am super excited about it because that one would be a really fun one to hang up as well. And that one's really easy because it's a lot of block stitching. There's not a lot of confetti, whereas Hallows is all confetti pretty much except for the black. But I'd love to finish those two in 2024. I think those are the two like finish goals that I'm going to have. And I'm not going to have any other finish goals besides like my little ones like Heart of Winter and stuff. But as far as big projects, that is the goal, to finish Hallows and Schitt's Creek. Wish me luck. And like I said, for smaller projects, I want to finish Farming Magic, and I want to finish Heart of the Winter. So those aren't like crazy big finishes, but they are finishes, and I'm excited to finish those ones off, especially Heart of the Winter, so I can decide how I want to finish those and where I'm going to hang them and switch them out every season. It's going to be fun. And then for another goal, I want to do 1,000 stitches every month on Tea Room, which will never be finished at this point, I feel like. But that's 1,200 stitches in... No, 12,000 stitches. That's 12,000 stitches in a year, which puts it up at like 14% or something like that. So, yeah. I do really like Tea Room, and I would love to see it finished one day. So I think if I just make a goal to be like 1,000 stitches every month, if I can just do 1,000 stitches every month, get it done, and then I can work on other things, and it will still be like moving forward. Forward progress, like football. So if I'm going off of my 110,000 stitch goal, that leaves about 2,000 stitches every month to work on whatever. So I'm not going to track it that closely, obviously. I'm going to track my 1,000 stitches on Tea Room, and then everything else is just kind of... as much as I can when I can. I need to break down the numbers for the 37,000 stitches and how much to do. I know right now it says if I do like 260 stitches every day on Hallows, I'll be finished by May. So that would be cool, but that's not going to happen. So we can try, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's my 2024 plans. And I'm really excited about more stitching and more FlossTube and hanging out with all of you guys because it's fun. Like I said, I started this channel because I didn't even realize that this was a thing. I thought I was just the only person out there who cross-stitched. I'm like, oh, I do my old lady craft. But no, there's so many people, all ages, all backgrounds, and it's really fun to be a part of this super awesome community. So yeah, as far as stitching goes, I hope you guys had a successful stitching year in 2023, and I hope that you get to stitch even more in 2024. Oh, that rhymed. I got excited. But I do want to say thank you so much for watching, and not just this episode, but all the other episodes. I have really enjoyed sharing all my stitching with you guys, and I love all the messages that you leave me in comments. So leave a comment below right now. And if you want to see more of my stitching and if I will achieve my goals next year, then make sure you subscribe because I'm going to try. I'm not the best at finishing projects. I'm really good at starting projects. And that goes for any project, not just cross stitch projects. All of my FFO stuff for the mushrooms is still sitting on the kitchen table, and I'm sure my husband might murder me soon. But I will clean it up. I will clean it up when we get back because we leave tomorrow to go back up to the mountains. So that is all for the stitching. If you want to hear about the chill things, then we will get into that right now. So first, I finished A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, book 2. I was listening to it as an audiobook, which is pretty much what I do these days because I'm like, well, I don't want to just sit and read. I want to do something. And so I end up stitching while I'm listening to books, and I actually really enjoy the audiobooks most of the time. So I finished that one, and it was really good. I love the ending, and I'm obviously Team Reese, but anyway, I really enjoyed it. The person who voices them is really good, and she's not too crazy. I listened to Iron Flame and Fourth Wing, and she's very she gets really breathless and talks really fast, and I know she's trying to make it exciting, but at the same time it's a little much. But I think that this girl has a little bit better of a balance between that. So after I finished it, I put the next book, the third book, A Court of Wings and Fury. No. Court of Wings and Ruin. There we go. They're all the same. So I put that one on hold, and I decided to I get all my audiobooks from the library. So there was a wait list for that one. So I had to find something else to listen to. So I listened to the second book in a series that I started. I actually read the physical book, and that was This Woven Kingdom. And it's by an author who did, I think, the Shatter Me series, which I really, really liked. And I can't say her name though. I can't pronounce it. And so I did the second book, which is These Infinite Threads. And it feels like not much happened. The whole book takes place over 2 days or something like that, 3 days. A day, almost 24 hours. I don't know, probably longer than that, but I feel like it does not cover a lot of days, and not much happens. Stuff happens, but in the grand scheme of things, not much happens. So, but I still enjoyed it. I didn't like the narrator quite as much. She's got this older lady raspy vibe, and that is not what I pictured for the characters as far as their voices. I kind of felt like they were a little younger. They are younger in the book, but the voice didn't quite match. But it was really good. I liked it. I did really like it. It kind of goes along those Court of Thorn and Roses, themes. So enemies to lovers kind of situations. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's a little different because it takes place in like Prussia, Persian. It's like a Persian kind of thing. So it's really cool. So I finished that one. The third one will come out in January. So I am excited about that. And while I'm thinking about it, after this, I'm going to put a hold on it on the library. If they have one, if they have an audiobook yet. And then I started, so right when I was finishing up at these Infinite Threads, I got A Court of Wings and Ruin from the library. Like my hold was on there and they hold it for like a week. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to wait. I have 2 hours left on this other book. So I'm going to finish the 2 hours before the hold goes away. So I got the new hold and I started listening to that one. And again, I really have been enjoying these books for right now. I feel like I kind of go through phases where I really like a certain genre and I listen to or read a bunch of them. And then I'm kind of like, I get sick of it. But I'm really enjoying this one. So it's another like 22-hour book. So it'll be another forever before I finish it. But I only have 21 days. So that helps. But I listen to it like, it's so nice having an audiobook because I do listen to it like while I'm doing laundry and while I'm at cheerleading with my daughter and while I'm doing the dishes and stuff. I have nice headphones, so I really enjoy that I get to listen to something interesting that's not just music or TV or whatever. So yeah, I really have been enjoying listening to the audiobooks. If you have your library, I use the Libby app, which is the library app that a lot of libraries use, if you go look those up. But it's really nice to get like an audiobook. You can also like download books to your Kindle or your phone or whatever. It's a great resource if you don't want to go to the library or you don't live near the library. So yeah, Libby is the app that I use for all my audiobooks. I finished The Great British Baking Show a while ago, but since I talked about it last time, I just wanted to update you that I did finish it. And if you don't want any spoilers, then like skip ahead now or cover your ears or something. I'll give you a thumbs up when I'm done. But I am so excited that Maddie won. I really wanted him to win. Like from the beginning, he seemed like such a disaster. And then like by the end of it, he was so good. And I absolutely loved him. And I'm so happy that he won. Very deserving. Now, if you've plugged your ears, you can listen again. Then I did start The Crown. I said I was going to, and I watched 2 episodes, I think. And obviously they were great. I love that show. So I'm looking forward to keep watching that one. This is the last season, so I feel like I'm dragging it out a little bit more than I need to. But like I said, I've been listening to audiobooks so much, I haven't been watching TV very much. And that's okay, because sometimes I get annoyed with TV. Sometimes I don't want to look at a screen at all. So the audiobook has been great. Last night, while I was stitching on Farming Magic, we started the movie Rebel Moon, which is on Netflix. I think it's like a series of movies, but because it says part 1. But it's really good. Like we saw the previews of it and we were like, we really love sci-fi movies and like that kind of, that's our jam right there. So we started watching it last night and my husband actually started it without me and I was like, oh, well, I wanted to watch it. So we rewatched it and we watched like an hour. And when we stopped it, he's like, that's about how far I got the first time too. So hopefully tonight, he's working late again, but hopefully tonight he can watch a little bit more and we can enjoy that. And over Christmas, I have a little niece. She's like a 1.5 years old. She's almost, I guess she'll be 2 soon. And then a little nephew who's 5. He's 5. I did that the other day. And so I watched a lot of kids things. My niece really likes Bluey. Every time the theme song comes on, she like dances and stuff. It's super cute. My nephew really likes Mario. My niece was also really into the animated Grinch, not the old animated Grinch, the new animated Grinch. And so we had that on all the time and everything. We watched The Holiday with the adults, which I'd seen before, and it is funny. It's on Netflix if you want a funny little silly holiday movie to watch. We also watched a lot of like football, you know, because there's like 18,000 games on Christmas Day, I feel like. So we watched a lot of football, and then we also watched just holiday movies and things. We played a lot of games and everything. So it was a really good Christmas, and it was really fun. We're going to have second Christmas with my family in a little bit. So that will be fun. We keep calling it second Christmas, but it's just Christmas with my family. But that is everything that I have for you guys. Sorry this one is so long, but thank you so much for watching. And if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. I will be back in 2024 with a new start and some progress, and really looking forward to it. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.